Okay, so this isn't a video like I ever expected to put on my channel. I was expecting my channel to be completely Disney and that kind of related, but I am wearing my Marie onesie, so you know, kind of getting some Disney in there. But I just kind of felt like I needed to film this video for myself, and for something for me to look back on and remember, because it's kind of like the whole point of vlogs, and that it's something for us to look back on in the future. And this is definitely a video I am going to want to look back on. So hi everybody, how are we? So I'm sorry this isn't the kind of content you are used to on my channel, and I'm sorry if it's not what you expected, and so if you're not really interested in this, just skip on to another video of mine. But yeah, today we are going to be saying goodbye to my car. I haven't ever actually featured it on my YouTube channel before, but if you follow me on Instagram you'll know all about it, so I'll just give you a bit of a backstory to it. So I drive currently, it's a 2007 Ford Ka in bright pink, like Barbie pink, brighter than this. I will in a bit give you like a view of the outside of the car. I'll also do kind of a bit of an inside tour, but yeah, that's my car. I've always been like a very pink girly girl growing up, and I still very much am, as I'm sure you all know. So I'd always wanted a pink car growing up, and like I was so pink obsessed. You know those toy cars you got, the sitting ones, and like you like scooted along with for feet to move, and they were like red with like a yellow roof, those cars. I didn't have one of those because I didn't want a red one. I had to have a pink one, so my dad found one, I don't know where, but it was a pink one with a white roof, and then we decorated it with flower stickers. And I literally had it until I couldn't fit in it anymore. So I was like, I had it until I was like 10 or something, like until I physically couldn't fit inside it. And I used to go everywhere in it, like I loved it so much. So yeah, I always said when I grew up I wanted to have a pink car, and then as I kind of became like a teenager and I realised like having a pink car was like unrealistic and would be expensive, and like when I started to get like understand more about cars, I was like, okay, right, I'll have a Ka for my first car, because you know they're nice and small, a nice suitable first car. So then fast forward on to September 2016. So this is a month before I turned 17. Me and my dad start looking for cars, because obviously when you turn 17 in the UK you can get your learner's license, and you can, you know, start your driving lessons. And so we thought if I had my car straight away, my parents could take me out for lessons as well as having my driving lessons with my instructor. So we were looking around on like Auto Trader and Gumtree and stuff like that for our first car, and so we were kind of looking at like Kas and other, you know, like small first time cars, and my dad put in the criteria of like what mileage we wanted, you know, what size engine, and you know, all the general criteria and how far away it was, what kind of budget we wanted. He put in all of those criteria, and he was scrolling through Auto Trader, and this car comes up, a pink Ka. And remember what I said earlier, I wanted a pink car and I wanted a Ka, and he just found those two as one, and it was insane. It was I think it was £950, and Dad went to have a look at it, and he found some things wrong with it. On the outside there was some dents and chips and little things wrong with the paint, and the guy said because it's like a one of a kind paint colour, he wouldn't be able to fix it, but he would knock 50 quid off of it. And there was literally nothing else wrong with the car, like it was literally a perfect car. So we got it for 900, and then we came up with the idea to cover all the dents and scrapes outside with little daisy stickers. So you'll see them when I do the tour of the outside. And all my friends always thought I just had daisy stickers on there as like a little personalisation, and that is kind of what it is, but they also serve a purpose, so it's like kind of like a killing two birds with one stone kind of thing. So yeah, that's kind of the story of why I call this my dream car, because it's the two things I wanted. I wanted a pink car and I wanted a Ka, and it's those, so that is why it's my first car. And I don't know how many people can say they had their dream car as their first ever car, and for 900 quid as well. And when you tell someone you bought a car for 900 quid, you're kind of expecting it to be like a rundown heap of junk, really, aren't you? But every time it went for a service or an MOT, the garage said, it's literally a perfect little car. We literally found, like, you know, the Aladdin Cave of Wonders with this. Like, it's got such a good engine. And for a small car, it has a big engine as well. And it's like a perfect engine. I got new tyres done recently, so they're perfect. We brought a new radio to go in it because the one it came with was like quite dodgy. So we brought a new one of them. So everything about it is perfect. And so every year it's done me so well. But one of the things we did find out when it went for its first ever service was the guy who sold it to us. There was a reason he had it put so cheaply. And he didn't think to tell us this because he knew if he told us it would stop us from buying it. But obviously as soon as it went into the garage for its first ever service, the garage spotted it straight away. So you know when cars go into the garage, they drive onto that thing so they can, you know, lift them up and so they can look underneath it. As soon as they lifted it up and went underneath it, the entire floor of the car was rotten and slowly starting to, you know, rot away, and it was in horrible condition. To the point, like, the guy was like, if you kept driving it without having any work done, you'd be doing a Flintstone soon, you know, feet through the middle, running along. But the guy back then, so this was, you know, like 3 and a bit years ago, the guy was like, it's easily controllable. We can, each time it comes in for its service, we'll do a bit of welding work. So, you know, they split the car up into 4s, and each time they'd weld one bit, and then next year they'd weld the next, and, you know, just slowly work their way around it. But that's when we fast forward. And so other than that, and so them doing it bit by bit, it wasn't really costing me much on top of my service. So that wasn't really something I ever worried about, because I was like, right, every time it goes for a service, it's going to have its welding work done, so it's nothing to worry about. And I never really worried about it, and the garage never really gave us any reason to worry about it. We didn't really put any thought to it. Fast forward to now. So as you're watching this is on Friday, the 9th of October. So 2 Mondays ago, it went in for its service and MOT. And so they were going to do their welding work on it again, but they decided not to this time. Obviously, because it's a 2007 reg car, it is... and it's an 07 reg, so it came out, the beginning of 2007. So it's coming on to 14 years old. That's quite old for a car, really, isn't it? And so obviously, the more I drive it, every day for work and stuff like that. And obviously, things age. The car's not getting any younger. The more I drive it, it's going to get older. And cars do age, and so they said it got to the point that as quickly as they were doing the welding work, it was just catching up on them. And so they said, in order to fix it completely, it would have cost me 4 digits to fix it. And I'll include a picture in a minute of what they found that got so point the rusting away of the floor, that holes had literally started to come in the floor, like literally holes straight through to the road. I'll include one now. That one is in the boot of the car, and as you can see, it's literally a hole straight through to the road. So I hope I didn't actually lose anything through that. I don't think I lost anything. There is another one in the back passenger footwell, about that big. So if I'd have had friends in my car and someone was sat there, their foot, if they'd have misplaced their foot and it had gone through their hole, their foot would have gone through to the road. Like that, like it was just literally the carpet and then the hole, and so obviously their foot would be able to go through the carpet. And so to fix a hole, to weld a hole, back to not being a hole, is not cheap, and they would have had to do the complete whole floor of the car. because that's just how bad it had gotten. And so because I brought the car for 900 quid, and to fix it, it would have been 4 digits. So that's the price of basically buying a new car, really. And so it's really not worth, you know, doing work on the car that is over double the value of the car. You know, it just wouldn't be sensible. So that is, on Monday I had to, you know, admit defeat and say my car has come to the end of its life. It was really emotional. Like this, as I said, this is my dream car. I absolutely love it. But like, I can't drive it if it's unsafe to drive. So its MOT ran out the Thursday after, and so we didn't renew it because obviously it wouldn't be safe to drive, so it wasn't worth renewing the MOT. Oh, I don't want to get emotional on this. That's when, so if you would follow me on Instagram, I did put up that post on my story saying I was taking a step back from Instagram for a few days because I felt sad and I couldn't like do it. On YouTube and Instagram, I like to keep up my bubbly, positive, happy, you know, personality, like, and that is who I am. But I don't want to fake it, you know, I don't want to be there on my Instagram story, like talking away to people, but faking it. Like, if I ever come to the point on my Instagram or YouTube where I'm having to fake being happy, that's when I know I have to take a step back. Like, I'm only going to do this if it's genuinely me being happy, you know. And I was absolutely heartbroken because I didn't expect to have to say goodbye to my car this soon. So I was like, I'll take a step back. So that explains to you guys if I didn't, because I only explained to my close friends on Instagram why I was doing it, like take a step back. So yeah, that is why I was on Instagram for a few days. I know, I had my car for 4 years. It's actually my 4-year anniversary of my car today as I'm filming it. I'm filming it on the 5th of October. Today is my 4-year anniversary of my car. And 4 years is really good for your first time car, especially for a car I brought for £900. To get 4 years out of it is pretty good. So yeah, I'm happy with that. It's just me kind of saying goodbye. It's bright pink. Everyone knows who I am in my local area. And I could drive anywhere within my county and people would be like, oh Tori, were you here the other week? I saw you here, I saw your car there, what were you doing there? Like, I can't go anywhere without someone noticing me because like my car is so obvious, like everyone knows who I am because of it. So that's gonna be odd, but then in the same way it'll be kind of cool because then I can go somewhere without someone knowing where I am. Me and my dad kind of had to have a think about what we wanted to do with it. Because as I said, it's still a really good car. It has a really good engine, it has really good tyres, it has a really good radio system. Like, it's still really good other than the floor. And a floor is quite a big component to a car, you know, unless you want to do a Flintstones. So what we have done, we put it on eBay for parts and for scraps and parts. And so someone can buy it. And we put the full story on there as well, you know, about the floor. So if someone wants to buy it and do because like, I know people do welding as like hobbies. So like if someone wanted to buy this as a project to, you know, weld up and fix up and resell, then they can do that. If someone wants to buy it and just take it apart, to use parts for other things, they can do it. Like, it's too good of a car just to, you know, drive it into the scrap heap. Like, it's still got really good, it generally is a good car. And actually, if someone did like weld it and fix it up, I think that would be happier for me, other than knowing someone was just taking it apart and using it for parts. But yeah, if someone does welding themselves, it's obviously going to be cheaper than me having welding work done to it. So yeah, other than that, it's come to the end of its life. It's been a really good 4 years. I've had some really good memories with it. Obviously, this is the car I learned how to drive in, and this is the car that got me through college. It got me through my first job. This car has got me through a lot of things. You know, I've sat in this seat and had some of the happiest moments of my life. I've sat in the seat and cried. Like, this car has gone through everything with me, and so I think that's why I'm so sad, because it is like a bit of me going away. Each time I've been telling someone that my car I'm having to get rid of my car. They've been kind of just as sad because everyone said it is my personality, this car. And it is just like a bit of me going away because like when you think of me, I like to think I'm, you know, a pink person. And this car has been like a whole part of my personality for so long. So I think now I'll just include like a little bit of the outside of the car. So this is what it looks like on the outside. Got a new car. It took me a week to find a new one I liked. I can't go to a normal colour car, like, no, I can't. After having a bright pink car for 4 years, I don't feel like I could go to a normal colour car. Like, I'm not a normal person. Kept the colour criteria as pink and purple. We did go look at a couple of pink cars, but they like, we're just going to be buying into more problems, which obviously we didn't want. So my new car is purple. It took me a week to find one I liked. We looked at over 10 cars. I think we looked at like 15 in total. And my dad was the one who did all the test driving. I obviously had to sit in the passenger seat because it's something about insurance. You're not, like, even though I have a driver's license, obviously, and I'm 20, it's something about insurance. You have to be like over 21 or 25 to do test drives or something like that. Something about insurance. But me and my dad both agreed on this one and we both really loved it. So yesterday I paid the deposit for it, and it is coming home next Sunday. So if you guys would like, I'll film a video with that car and do a car tour of that and kind of introduce that one. One door closes, another door opens. This one, you know, taught me how to drive, got me through. So like I got this car 2 months after I left high school, really. So it got me through like what I like to think of the beginning part of adulthood, because, you know, this car took me from when I was 16 to when I'm now almost 21. So I've learned a lot of things with this car, so I'm excited to see what journeys this next car takes me on. Yeah, I think before we go, I'll just give you a little tour of the inside of what it looks like. I have taken all my decorations out. I did have a Winnie the Pooh aerial topper on top of the aerial. That obviously, after a few years, that has got like some stone hits to it and just general wear and tear. So he isn't going on my new car. He'll actually come on my Disney shop, I think. But I'm gonna try and get the Sorcerer Mickey aerial topper. I've seen those about and I really like one of them for my new car. Also in this one, I had a Captain America air freshener and a unicorn air freshener. I have seen in Tesco's they do Frozen 2 air fresheners, so I think I'm gonna get that because then Frozen 2 kind of matches the purple vibes. What else did I have in here? I had in the back window, I had my Speedway team sticker, so wherever I went, everyone knew who I was backing. I've still got pink car mats and my pink car seats. Those are staying in the car, so whoever buys it will get them. Like, I've had these car seats, you know, for as long as I've had the car, and they're a bit seen better days, so, you know, I'll just buy new car seats. But actually, I'm thinking in my new car I might not buy new car seats, because the thing is with this one, the original owner of this car spray painted it pink, like it wasn't made pink. So obviously the colour seats that the seats actually are do not go with the pink at all. That's why I had to buy car seats. They're blue and red kind of pattern. You know, like bus seats, that ugly pattern. That's what these seats were. So it was like, it completely clashed with the pink altogether. This is my view from the driver's side. I don't know why the steering wheel's upside down. That's obviously just how my dad reversed. Yeah, there's all that stuff. Yeah, so that, it's bright pink, as you can tell. This is probably my favourite part of the car that I'm gonna miss. And that seems odd, but it has an actual hands clock instead of like a digital clock most cars have, which is kind of a weird feature, but I like it because it's so unique and different. So yeah, I'm really gonna miss having an actual clock. Yeah, here is my radio and all that stuff. Oh, that's something else I had. I had a Jigglypuff sticker right here because I just felt like this bit was all gappy and spacey, so I put a Jigglypuff sticker there. obviously that's had to go. Down here there's a big compartment where I used to keep my phone, and gear stick, handbrake. Yeah, so here the car mats, they've just got a pink rim around the outside, and then they're just back in the middle. That, obviously that's my car book. That was filled full with Disney CDs. Obviously they've had to be moved in now. Yeah, so off of these, the little wing mirror adjusters, this side is where I had my unicorn. That one's where I had Captain America, because I don't like having stuff up for the mirror, because like I don't like stuff dangling and distracting me. And so yeah, they're the car seats. RS Racing. There is a meaning behind why I particularly got RS, which I'm not sure how many of you will get the reference, but I think my friend Funko enthusiast, you should get this reference. If you don't, I'm disappointed in you. But yeah, it's kind of like a pastel pink, but I liked it. And in the back, they've got the same seat covers. Yeah, oh yeah, I've still got my sticker back there. It's been a good run with this car. I've got so many nice memories with it, and we're just gonna see what new memories my new car brings. And yeah, I just would like to say thank you to everyone that sent me a message on Instagram, because everyone does know how much this car means to me. And so obviously it was sad to, you know, see it have to reach its end of its life. So thank you so much everyone who sent me a message, and everyone who was here for me this week, because at the beginning of the week I was so reluctant to look at new cars. I just didn't want to do it. I was like, this is my car. No other car is my car. I can't look up for cars. So the first few cars we looked at, my head wasn't in it. But thank you to my friends on Instagram that, you know, told me, no, Tori, you have to admit it's not safe to drive it. You can't keep driving it because it's not safe. And they just talked me through it and got me through the week and helped me find my new car. So yeah, in a few weeks' time that video will be up introducing you to my new car, and we can probably come up with a name for it together and all of that. Yeah, this has been saying goodbye to my car. 2016 to 2020. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!